Hello, my name is Palatino. Today I'm gonna go into my time with. Okay, it's gonna take a while. Ys Monstrum Nox. So, there is actually a time attack that you have to unlock through playing the game through normally. But we're gonna load into a finished file actually. Or pretty much finished file, because why not? I can show you the most of the game without too much spoilers. But there are spoilers. Be wary of that. So, we're gonna go into our home station, basically, which is the Dandelion, a pub. Here we're gonna go over our beautiful menu. We have the liquid medicines that you can actually refill with the glasses you get. The solid medicine you can mix, but it costs money and equipment, or you can buy some stores. Then we have the preserved food, which is basically one-time healing with or reviving one times. And then we have our meals, who basically heal all of your characters and give you small upgrades. But you can only eat as long as you don't have a buff from those. And ingredients for food. Then of course weapons. Every character has a different weapon. You can re-equip of course, but would go downwards. Armors and accessoires. You have actually 2 slots of accessoires. And the others, who are basically materials. Then we have our skills, 4 quick slot per character, and your extra, which is always the same, but it's just different per character. You get a quick glimpse at all 6 characters. Why did I say 4? And of course, equipment. You have 3 vanity slots, which is 1 color change, and they are basically for the DLCs. And stuff you can equip, like something on your head or on your arm. So then we go into segmentals, which are outside items which work outside of battle and inside battle. Mostly upgrades or like the healing with the Shadow Mantle, standard stuff. And then we go into the party. I have a special item equipped that gives me all damage types of add-all. Normally you would have a damage type. Then we have the journal, which is story, quests, people, monsters, materials, of course tutorials, and records. The people give you, the people section also gives you an affinity, how much they like you, and you get affinity through side quests and other things you do with them. Then the records are, you know, what you have done and what you should have done and all the things. And then we have our map, which looks small because it's just 1 city and a few dungeons and a little bit of the outside. But it's actually packed with stuff to find, like the treasures, the petals, the graffiti, all the different things. I unfortunately don't know where the graffitis are right now. I don't know if they were marked before, but I have found them before they would get marked. But you can only read them with a corresponding character, so you need to get that. And of course there's a lot of fast travel points, which is awesome. In the Dandelion itself, there are a few shops that you unlock through the story, and one particular shop that is basically an errand runner who gets you stuff outside from the shop. You have your usual smithing, your usual material exchange with your barkeeper here that can change. In this form, it's Shantae. He can cook food for you. You can only cook here. That's a thing you can only do in the Dandelion. Of course, our good buddy here gives you some stuff in exchange. Then we have our healing shop, our other wealthy item shop, secret shop for stuff you can miss, because there's stuff you can miss, unfortunately. Our smith, the boy here, and your material exchange over there. Then different characters you find throughout the story and help throughout the story. So, and here we're going to go into some special thing, the Lantern of Crossing with the shards. You can exchange the Twilight shards for monster materials, other things, and even upgrade items that upgrades your character permanently with health, damage, and, strength, and defense, and also leveling items, which I basically gathered and just used for Adol, because I like Adol. And on our upper left here we have our Nox gauge, and you get Nox through beating enemies. And you can exchange that to Twilight shards, so you can basically upgrade yourself forever, which is awesome. We're gonna go a little bit outside. There are special things like the travel agency, which gives you rewards for finding special things like waypoints or just beautiful spaces, basically. They are kind of beautiful. I don't get why you would need to find those. That was a save point. You heal and save points. And these are actually monster spawners. And as you saw, we transformed. Adol has black hair in this, and we transform into the monstrums, basically. Which also is kind of a phase shift in the fights, so that's why people don't freak out. There are two types of enemy spawners, the black one and the black and red one. The black and red ones are usually stronger, and the red ones, the black ones are just small items. As you saw, you can just change character whenever you want, real fast, which is awesome in fights and can get you a lot of pinches, but only the 3 you always have with you. If you see that what I'm doing right now, it's a lot flashier than the other parts that I've played. I don't know, I haven't played all of them, but it is pretty flashy. You can basically grind forever if you want. And here I'm gonna show you some of the abilities you unlock in different stages of the game, and with the more characters you get, the more you unlock. The crimson line you get here is Adol's innate ability, and the running up the wall is the second character ones. I don't say which one it is, and the flying I won't say either, but this is the third one you get usually. This is, I think, the last one even that I just showed you, the shadow step thingy. And the smash. You can break walls. It's not that important. You just unlock some stuffs with that. But I feel like the farther you get into the story and the quests, they get worse or not as useful anymore because you already have so much. Like the flying and the wall running were usually the ones that unlocks the most. Also, I should mention, you don't have every space of the city for you, so you can't just go at the beginning to every place. You have to unlock them through fighting those red moons up there. And basically, it's just a progression system. I can probably talk a little bit about the stuff you can find. You get like the pedals. Oh, I got a flash guard. I should probably talk about that too, if I just got it. A flash guard is when you press the skill activation button and at the right time to an enemy attacking you, which gives you always crit and a little bit of invincibility. And here the flash move, also good timing. The flash move basically lets you activate skills without using any SP, and the enemies slow down for a short while and you get invincible. Very, very good if you do it alone in battle, but oh my god, is it hard sometimes. So, stuff you can find. There are the chests, which are basically just items Usually good items, but items nonetheless. And the pedals. The pedals, you can lock certain things in the time of the story. Like also items. You always get items. But you also get like messages from previous game or storyline, previous storyline, because they're not lined up, the stories, of your helpers, friends of Adol in the previous games. That's just awesome. If you know, if you don't know, that's kind of bad. And here I'm going to show you a very important thing. This guy is one helper of mine, or of Adol. And if you get far enough, you can talk to them, you get some backstory and other things for the character. And also how they get along and all other things, how they changed. XY. Yeah. It's usually full voice acted and you can give them answers. But I don't know if they change anything, but let's let that be what it is. Let's run that out in the background. I'm gonna talk over that, which is pretty unrespectful. The whole tone of the game is not as the other ones that I've played. It's a little bit more dramatic, darker.
I can't believe this is how I would say farewell to you.
A lot more political, I would say.
I wish I could have said a lot of things. Until now,
but also,
I
guess
not that it would have happened anyway.
It's a little bit more self-aware, because the game starts off with Adol getting arrested, and he gets interrogated about his books. Every game until this one, he wrote a book about his story, which could be a little bit exaggerated or other thing. You know, it's a book. People should read it. But also, they interrogate him about the books because it can't all be in such a short time that he wrote this many books. He got this many adventures and stuff, which are all pretty amazing usually. Because like the previous game was basically him getting off an island nobody ever got off, and he wrote a book about it with dinosaurs and a world-ending event. I mean, that is unbelievable even for a game like this. He also was in other worlds, I wouldn't say, but other continents with war and other things. That's usually not that good. I want to get into another that skill that you got, but I can't really show it off. Usually you see special things with them, with that a little bit more easily, but I don't have a lot that I can show you. Right, so we're gonna go a little bit outside, because the outside works a little bit different outside of the city, because the enemies just roam around and they're not the same enemies inside of the city. But yeah, see for yourself. I can talk a little bit more about the story. Or wait, what am I doing in the dandelion? Oh, yes, the raids. You can upgrade ritual relics with Dogi, and you go into Grimwald, which are basically raids in the previous games, which are different challenges. And the special thing is all 6 characters are always in them, so you're not alone with them. You always have your all 6 characters running around, fighting enemies, using skills, which makes it pretty interesting. Because, oh my god, are there a lot of enemies sometimes? Also, all of your friends give you skills and upgrades and help you fight enemies, which was in the previous ones too. But it feels a little bit more otherworldly with this one. Yes. Yeah, you get forced into those, so you're sometimes not even prepared for them, which is also a big no-no. They start off pretty no, not pretty easy. They start out tame to the later ones. But yeah, the main goal is there is the stone back there. You need to defend it, and you get help through different things, different means. I really wanted to show a special attack, but I just couldn't get the skill gauge, a special skill gauge, full enough to use that. So you have to live without that. You get points, you get ranks, and you get rewards. That's all why you could redo them, or it's a good reason to redo them, basically. Okay, let's go a little bit into the story. So, yeah, interrogation. We got all the different things there. Get interrogated, get thrown into jail. We break out of jail. For some reason, they let Dogi go, so you basically just hide, find some stuff to darken your hair. You get the scarf to hide your face, the different clothings. A little bit strange that it was all in the cellar of the Dandelion, because you just went there. It's on the outskirts. You have luck that you got there. You could hide in an empty bar, basically. You find Dogi, he helps you set up the bar. Very convenient, I would say, but yeah, that's what it is. Because someone should... God, the building isn't non-occupied, it is probably non-occupied, but someone would sell it or want to have some things, right? That's what doesn't make sense for me. But yeah, it is what it is. And in the later game, you find the other monstrums. You learn your abilities, basically, a little bit. You learn from Aprilis that you are special, you're chosen, defend it, and you can't leave. That's the whole shtick. First, you can't even go outside of the city. That takes a lot of time to actually get outside of the city, but you can't get very far. I'm taking a bath here. I don't know why. It's just healing, and you can heal everywhere basically with the safe spot. But hey, whatever. There are many different side stories and side quests for the characters, for other people in the city. Yeah, just a lot to do. And they really packed this game full with the small room they have to work, different things, different areas. The looks are different. It makes sense for a big city, for there being a slum area, for there being a lower income area, a higher income area, prison, hidden rooms, hidden ways for the higher ups. There's the prison at whole, which is always kind of a side quest thingy, or side story almost. Because the game is always a little bit cryptic about this. That's why I don't want to go into it too much. But You start off with Adol in the prison cell. You break out. You get your strange powers in the sewers where you're running away. And I think in the third act, not like the third chapter, however you want to call it, you are in the prison again with a red-haired Adol with a question mark. And that's where I got really confused. I played Monstrum Nox pretty early on. It's not like I knew a lot about the games. Just what I played from the PSP game and a little bit of what I knew from, you know, what you learn through videos and stuff. So, or the context of what the game gave you. Different things. Just learning, story-wise. And for some reason there was this other Adol, or there was this Adol in the prison. Was it just I'm in the prison itself, or did it happen previously before going outside of the city? You never know. You don't know. There is a mystery. That was nice. That was something I wasn't used to. And I myself theorized about it the whole game. Why was there another Adol? Why didn't he flee? Or there was no plan of fleeing and all of that. And sometimes it felt like you things outside were still happening while he was inside, which didn't make sense. But I'm probably spoiling too much of the story now. Okay, so to end things a little bit, it is a pretty good game. You have the difficulty is not too high on the lower difficulties and is pretty high on the higher difficulties. So it's just if you want to get a challenge, you can get it. If you want to continue the story, you can also do that with just a lower rank of difficulty. Not a shame to play on a lower difficulty. And also, if you want to get really hardcore like I did, play on a higher one and have fun with that. It's not unfair. It's a pretty fair game. It's pretty balanced. The status effects sometimes take a little longer to go away, longer than I would like. But there's a reason why you have healing. I mean, yeah, I think I said everything I wanted to say. There is nothing more I wanted to say without the spoilers going on too much. It's pretty deep lore. It makes... I wouldn't say it makes no sense till the end. It makes... the sense the story makes builds up over time. But yeah, it is intriguing. It takes a while to get used to. But hey, give it a try. Have fun with it. And let's go into the tier list. I haven't added it to the tier list. I am unprepared. Well, you have to find it the next time because I don't think I even have a picture prepared. Let me see. Did I? I have not. I am sorry. I'm not gonna edit now. So, it is gonna be an A tier like the other Ys game because it is a really good game. Don't get me wrong. And it didn't change the formula too much, but it is a different game, which makes it worth playing all the while. So, I hope you liked that, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye-bye.